Hey guys, this is Anastasia Autumnfire. I wanted to get back on the ball and get working on my dedication craft of sorts for hell for this Samhain, which is my scythe. And I wanted to kind of show different things that I'm doing for it. So tonight what I was going to show is my cleansing and dedication slash consecration of the Black Tourmaline that will sit on top of the scythe. So the Black Tourmaline I actually got at a local shop in White Bear Lake. I know I've talked about it before, Enchanted Boutique. Went there a couple Fridays ago, and I want to share this story. I realize it's kind of a ramble, but I think it illustrates a good point, which is a lot of times I know I get stuck in my head, this is what this has to be because X, Y, and Z, and then it doesn't really happen. I'm one of those people where, especially with stones, I get a little nervous buying them off of online. I don't know why. I certainly buy other supplies online, but when it comes to stones, I want to touch them. I want to feel their energy. Even though, yes, I understand I'm going to get that stone and cleanse it and strip it down and charge it up with what I want it to be for anyway, but I still think there is a kinship when it comes to stones, and certain stones lend themselves more so than just correspondences. I think certain stones lend themselves more to a specific purpose, more so than others. And I think that's even to the point where you can have two of the exact same stone and still feel like one is more the right stone for the job. Such was the case with this Black Tourmaline. I went to Enchanted Boutique, and I had actually every intention of getting an onyx, or I was hoping for a snowflake obsidian, like one of those polished balls. And once I got there, they had something that looked like a snowflake obsidian polished ball. But when I saw them and I kind of felt them, I'm like, this is... It was too warm and fuzzy of a feeling. And snowflake obsidian is a stone that I personally work with very much when it comes to hell. But it felt wrong for this specific dedication. The first stone I actually picked up and was like, oh my gosh, yes, was this exact Black Tourmaline. And I picked it up and I looked at it and I'm like, oh, I know Black Tourmaline is good. I feel that it connects to her, even if 9 times out of 10, if you look her up online or in a book, it's clear quartz, maybe, but otherwise it's onyx and obsidian. I've seen tourmaline, but I know I hear onyx more than anything else, and hematite. Hematite's another big one. Moonstone I've heard as well. But when I picked this specific one up, it just felt right. But being me, and many of you know this because I've gotten many comments about stop second guessing yourself. So yeah, I picked this stone up and I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. And then I'm like, wait, no, I could be wrong. And the two women were amazing, and I believe her name was Sue, went around and she started picking up different stones and this and that, and she picked up this one and immediately was like, oh my gosh. She's like, now I know it's your piece, so you need to make the final decision, but this feels like hell. This feels like what you want and what you need for this piece. And I'm like, of course it is. So yeah, I think that illustrates the point. No matter how much planning you do on a project, if you're like me and are a super planner type of a personality, a lot of times I find more times than not, no matter what my plans are, there's always some shift. There's something that doesn't quite go right, or there's something that I sit down and I start working on it and I go, nope, this doesn't feel right suddenly, or a certain material's not there. When that happens, I'm learning more and more. Go with your intuition. Go with what feels right to you. Don't feel like, oh gosh, it's against what I had planned and it's going to all go to Hades now. Because chances are that's not the case. I'm going to run back here. So what we have in front of here, and I'm sorry if I wasn't going to say sorry on this tape either. Crap. Oh well. If the camera angle's a little wonky or this feels a little weird, it's kind of what I could do at this point. So here, this is my corner for earth. So I've got my salt, which I already consecrated, blessed, cleansed, what have you. I'm going to put my lodestone right in the center of the star that's still drawn on there. Over here we have air. I have my crow feather that just came in the mail not too long ago, and I cleansed and dedicated that to Hel. I've got her incense going. Then over here for fire, this is my hearth and home candle. A picture of my matron, my protection candle, and then her stone as well. And here we have dragon's blood oil and rose oil. Dragon's blood oil and rose oil are both oils that I very much correspond with Hel. Rose is a traditional correspondence for her that I find to be true. They'll say white roses specifically. Dragon's blood is something that I really haven't seen a lot of, but for me it speaks of sacrifice, it speaks of courage. It's a great oil for boosting energies and giving power, and it just makes sense for her maiden form to be shown with the rose and her crone form to be shown with the dragon's blood. So I have those to consecrate and bless. I have my water, which I have used storm water for this because storm water is really good for grounding. It's good for protection. It gives an oomph. It again kind of gives you that storm energy and that little zing for powerful spells or workings. It also aids with cleansing and banishing. It's also really good to use for spells with a destructive nature. And I really liked that for this piece because Hagalaz is, of course, her sacred rune, which is all about the destruction of nature. And I like that because in the destruction of nature, yes, you have the death, but you also have the rebirth that comes from it. So I wanted to use that water especially. And, of course, her black mirror, symbolizing water as well. Under the Black Tourmaline, which is the focus, I have my pentacle. And I also, from the Viking Oracle deck, have Hel's, sorry, doing it backwards, here we go, Hel's actual card. So she is at the base of this spell, she is looking over this spell as well. So yeah. And I'm just going to kind of go into it because I don't know how long my phone will last. So I've already mixed the salt and the water. I cleanse by earth. I cleanse by air. I cleanse by fire. And I cleanse by water. I've already cleansed this stone with air and fire. Let earth and water finish that work. Let the protection and cleansing of the goddess wash over and rid any negativity, any shadow that does not serve. Let it be released and banished from this stone and from this home. By the Lord, the Lady, the spirits and ancestors, elements and good folk, blessed be. And then to consecrate, by earth, I consecrate by the maiden. By air, I consecrate by the maiden. By fire, I consecrate by the maiden. And by water, I consecrate by the maiden. Hell, I ask your blessing upon this stone. Let it do honor to you, as well as honor to me as your student. Let it aid me in connecting and honoring you in your maiden form. Blessed be. With this oil, I consecrate by the crone, by earth. I consecrate by the crone, by air. I consecrate by the crone, by fire. And I consecrate by the crone, by water. Hell, I ask your blessing upon this stone in the aspect of your crone phase. Let this stone be blessed. Let it do honor to you as well as honor to me as your student. Let it help to connect us. Let it help me to learn and gain wisdom and insight from you in your crone aspect. I ask your blessing, blessed be. With these oils combined, I come before you as a student and as a daughter. You who are my matron, I honor you and seek your blessing in all things. I will continue to try to do honor to you, the best to my ability. And through that, I know I will get stronger and wiser and more sure of myself. I hope that this offering does honor to you, as it is my wish. So mote it and blessed be. Whew. And